Hello, and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy, episode 91 for the week of January 14th, 2013. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's with me this week?
Brock Sager.
Omar.
Bryce.
Charlie.
And special guest down the far end of the table. Introduce yourself.
Faraone, better known as BFU.
Hello, Faraone.
You in the motherfucking house?
I take it Omar knows who you are.
Omar and Bryce know.
I heard Bryce knows you too. Who are you?
I am one of the co-owners of Heroes and Dice. I almost forgot the name of the store.
Nice.
That would have sucked.
Been playing Clicks for 10 years. Been into comics since I was 11, which was a long time ago. We don't need to multiple decades.
Well, we'll get into that in a second. So you're one of these click guys that come invade my shop occasionally on Friday nights, huh?
I try to make it when I can.
Nice. But you're one of the owners of another shop in this area that is mostly Heroclix, right?
Yep. So Heroes and Dice is mostly a Heroclix venue in Fremont. We just got a bigger space, which is really, really nice.
Very
nice.
What is your address so people can visit you and come buy stuff?
4588 Peralta Boulevard, Fremont, California, 94536.
Excellent.
What's
there
the
you go.
website so that people can actually visit
Heroesanddice.com.
There you go. Go buy some Heroclix from these lovely people that play Heroclix. But yes.
Oh, Ryan, quick question.
Yes.
Does that actually now make this a majority HeroClick event? Because Brock puts us over the top. Otherwise, it would be 50%. But I think Brock is like 2%.
Charlie plays.
Yeah,
I'm the only one that doesn't
is Ryan.
Ryan
Well,
doesn't.
Oh, but see, I played before anyone at this table because I played the day before it came out, right? See, because I was here
I'm
when
sorry.
I was here.
I played 2 days before.
No, yeah, sure, right.
yeah.
Because I was the one ordering for the store when it came out, and I was like, "Yeah, this stupid game. Sure, I'll get some of this." And I played. I'm like, "This is actually really good."
Yeah, stupid awesome.
And then I just about games. No time, no money, no time, but mostly no time.
That's what you say. You weren't like that before the mortgage.
Hey, man. My World of Warcraft Pokemon aren't going to farm themselves, okay? I need to be out there. Bryce knows what I'm talking about.
I do. I just got my terrible turnip.
You got your turnip? Excellent.
I don't know how grown men can say that.
Now you can go farm.
So excited.
You got to go. You use your turnip to false swipe, so you're not killing these guys right off the bat. Look, I don't have time for your games, okay? That's all I'm saying.
You know what's going
You
to
still
kill?
have time to collect certain pieces, though.
I have a bunch. Of pieces.
I know you do.
I have a bunch of Heroclix. I have a bunch of New Warriors. I have a bunch of Legion characters and stuff. So
Now you know you're screwed when they come out with the app that you can farm at any time.
Oh, I know that's coming.
You're a dead man.
Yeah, Blizzard's gonna do that at some point. So you know what's happening.
If
Anyway,
Blizzard doesn't do it, a third party will.
yeah.
Yes.
Faraone, on this Faraone, that's right. Okay, on this podcast, we like to have people tell us their secret origin of their comic book collecting. I know you do clicks, but you also collect comic books. So you seem to not want to tell your age, but you can give us some story arcs, and maybe we can figure it out. You don't have to actually.
Woohoo ha ha. So let's see. First,
Let's hit your story.
Probably biggest impact comic that I can remember would be in the Infinity Gauntlet series.
Yeah.
I think that was my first big I read comics before that.
Okay, so you're new to comics then, because that's really not that old, dude.
I read comics before that.
Okay,
I'd say
okay.
Before the Infinity Gauntlet, biggest impact.
What was your first book?
I can't even remember, but I do remember
Okay.
Dig deep.
the first time I really thought comics were awesome.
Okay.
And found my favorite superhero.
Okay.
Was the TSR Marvel role playing game.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Okay. Yeah, it's like
Which I still have on my iPad, just in case anybody wants to get
Nice.
down with some tens real quick, and we could do these percentiles. But
okay. It's like late 80s. Okay.
that's copyright. So, but
Jailbreak.
I mean, back then you needed like that chart in a dream,
Yeah.
and I got stuck. I got stuck in that game, Captain America, and I was like, all right, I'm patriotic. I was like 12-ish, 11-ish. I'm very patriotic.
Hey, you got to
Dude's
protect that treehouse, man.
Dude's wearing the flag, right? He's carrying a shield. All right. How do I make him badass? Played in the game, had a great time. I came from Dungeons & Dragons role player. That's right.
Nice.
I'm that nerd.
You were the nerd that was up last night fucking cybering with a bunch of your buddies playing DCU until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
No,
It was like, I fucking, so I'm on a fucking chat talk with them, and I didn't turn my phone off, and my girlfriend's like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh,
We just,
dude.
yeah, it's like, I'm like, they're still playing DCU.
They were playing DCU. I stopped at like 8.
Okay.
They just kept. I started the league and they just kept going. But
Yeah.
anyways, back then, that's what made an impact. And then I started reading. I had a friend, this guy, Mike Rector. Okay,
He really
Dude
wrecked
was
her?
like,
Sorry,
damn
somebody
near
had to
killed
do
her.
it. Somebody had to do it.
But he was like
First time that joke
like
was made.
like if comic books had Moses, that was that guy. He had boxes. I had never seen. I had read comics at like the local. That's when everyone carried
The
comics,
spinner
right?
rack.
Yeah, the spinner
Yeah.
rack at the local local
Like a
convenience
drugstore,
store.
convenience, yeah.
That's when I buy one here and there. This dude had like whole stories, right? The whole thing. And I met this guy, and it was like I don't think I really got in until probably like deep high school, 9th grade was really. Then I remember collecting Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the X-Men stuff that I got into, like Extinction Agenda, and now I hate the X-Men. Sorry, Bryce. I apologize.
God,
But-
Right there with you.
I was just,
It's like One Tree Hill for comics. I get
it
it.
really
It's
is.
90210. One.
just not as good.
I call it one X gene.
That's a
But-
good joke.
Sorry, but that's what really got me in. And playing the game made me a Cap fan, so I got super into Captain America. Bought a lot of back issues. I'm not one of those people that can name artists and runs besides Brubaker, but I think everybody could do that. That's like, I want a Corvette.
Yeah.
Brubaker.
Yeah.
So that's really my story in the comics, and I've been deep
Cool.
ever since.
Cool.
See,
Excellent.
that wasn't embarrassing at all. It's not like you said it was like Power Pack was your introduction to comic books.
Hey, man, Power Pack's okay.
No, not Power Pack.
Power Pack's okay. Hey, one of the Power Pack went on to join the New Warriors, so they get a pass. Okay. Okay, we've got. I don't know if people were just holding out on me or something here, but I got like 1.5 billion questions to read this week, and actually they all tie in with news stories. So I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit here and do the questions and news and kind of everything all in a big row here. So let's start with this.
Questions and news.
We got a bunch here from the Serial Kills. He writes in all the time. We'll read a few of these here. One of them is I know that Charlie is reading Hawkeye, but is anyone else reading Hawkeye? And
Kind of.
Yeah,
Are you still judging Hawkeye without reading it?
Nope. No, I read 1 and 2. We got in the second print of number 3. I read 3. I got about halfway through 4, and I'm like, and no, I'm done. I can't stand it. The art is amazing. The art is incredible. Fraction's writing is just so hipster douchebag. Just so it drives me up the wall in this book.
If Hawkeye was wearing eyeliner, you'd be all over this shit.
Maybe. I can't do it. I can't do it.
For those of you that don't know Ryan,
I can't do
hipster
it.
is like the next generation goth. And
I can't do it.
It's kind of hypocritical that he would hate on hipsters.
I
in
can't
my
do
opinion.
it. It's. I think there's some cool scenes, and the art is definitely killer, but I just can't. The dialogue kills me. The dialogue.
You're just mad that everyone's one strapping and not two strapping anymore.
I don't know what that means. The dialogue is killing me.
It was like a 21 Jump Street
So-
reference.
I like it.
Yeah, I know you.
Not
do.
reading it.
Anyone else?
So,
I read issue 1, and
Yeah.
it was so impactful that I cannot remember one single thing from the book. And I
It
like
must have been
Hawkeye.
that Russian dialogue, the thing. problem
He's
they had.
still doing that.
He's still doing that?
Oh, and like issue 4, and I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm out.
I don't know. The Hawkeye series is one of those that I was not sold on it from issue 1. In fact, I remember
I thought
specifically saying it was just it wasn't like a Hawkeye story. It was a Clint story,
Yeah.
which was okay.
And I thought issue 2 was actually really good.
Yeah.
And then it just went, no. I just couldn't. But everyone loves it, so whatever. I don't care.
For me, every issue has gotten better. So if you only read issue 1, try issue 2. It's
I thought 2 was
much
good.
better.
But that's it.
So
Bryce?
I have all 6
Yeah.
waiting in the pile. I do, like Brock does, worst to best. But
Yeah.
since I jumped on the Hawkeye bandwagon late, it's sort of underneath everything else. So it's been
It's
like,
in
a
between
while.
the single reading and the trade reading. It's the group
kinda-
of books that you're like, I need to get caught up on,
Oh, it's exactly what it is.
but I'm not there yet.
I have 6 single issues waiting to go, and they're all like 3rd or 4th print from Ryan's shop. But haven't read it yet, but I will. Half because Ryan hates it so bad. I know that I probably like it.
There are bad books. This is not a bad book. I just can't deal with the dialogue. That is my biggest thing. Fraction, to me, is always really hit or miss, and this is just... I was hoping for the new Iron Fist, and it's not. It's like the new Defenders. So, there you
Because
go.
of Danny. Aha!
Huh?
Is it David or Danny?
David Aja? Yeah.
Aja.
Yeah, Aja's amazing. Yeah.
No, that's Adam Hughes. He's the one
Yeah.
that does. No,
Next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
I don't
for
know.
saving me.
This is from Larry over at Larry's Comics.
Oh, hey, Larry.
East Coast, repping East Coast there. And we talk sales charts a lot, so he was wondering how are Marvel selling on the West Coast, the MarvelNOW stuff.
Not good enough, Larry.
No, I mean, I'll admit pretty good. Obviously the variants help drive those number 1 issues pretty high. definitely the Avengers stuff is doing good. All New X-Men's doing really good. What a surprise! Bendis is selling comics with a major title on it.
You guys still hate him? That's also
No,
shocking.
whatever.
He's like the Phil Jackson of comics.
He's just
Okay, add one more to the Bendis haters.
he just writes so much.
Good recruitment, Ryan.
Bendis.
I'm saying like Phil Jackson. Like if you give him some B players, not so good. But if you give him like the A players, he'll sell books. Phil Jackson only won with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like 95% of the people listening to this don't know what
Sorry.
you're talking about.
That's not
Well,
true. I think you're disrespecting.
I was going to say, where's
nerds
Toby?
like sports.
Where's,
Yes,
where's
Toby.
Toby?
Damn
No,
it.
I guarantee you Ryan did no idea.
No, I had no idea who you're talking about. Yeah.
He's
Really,
all,
Michael
he's all
Jordan didn't ring a bell?
basketball?
I know who
Michael Jordan.
I know who
There you go.
Michael Jordan is.
Phil Jackson can only coach the best players ever, and that's when he was at his best.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well,
isn't Bendis kind of like that?
This,
Like I've read
this
it.
is the problem. Well, no. Well, this is the problem with Bendis. You put Bendis on a random book, and he's not going to sell a bunch of copies.
I'm saying.
Yeah. His Scarlet book or Takio or whatever, that creator-owned thing. No one buys those. Like he sells X-Men, and he will sell more X-Men. Charlie, he will sell. Charlie's shaking his head. He
I'm
will sell
shaking my
more
head.
X-Men and Avengers than anyone else currently writing comic books, short of maybe like Jim Lee. But
But
he's
that's
just
the
an artist.
reality of him writing a X-Men book versus a Daredevil book. It doesn't mean the Daredevil is bad. He
No.
wrote the shit out of Daredevil.
He wrote the
Yeah.
shit out of Daredevil.
And it was still a mid-level seller. That's what I'm saying. Bendis, when you put Bendis on the biggest creating books, they will sell more than any other writer. But on mid-tier and low-tier books, he's not going to move the needle, because if you put random Joe Schmo creator on the X-Men, it'll sell well. You put Bendis on the X-Men, it'll sell amazingly. You put Bendis or Joe Schmo on Daredevil, it's going to sell roughly the same. That's what I'm saying. Bendis can move the needle on the high-selling books, and that's why they went from Avengers to X-Men. They know that Bendis will sell books, X-Men will sell books. You combine them, you're going to get a lot of people. The people reading X-Men won't read if he jumps over and does a Hulk book. No one's going to read it.
But it'll jump the Hulk book. Also,
little.
Scarlet and Powers. I don't know. Are those Image? I don't even know.
Well, they're all Marvel at this point.
Yeah, they're Bendis books.
So whatever. Are those not whatever label they are? They Marvel? They're not Marvel.
They're Icon.
They're
Icon.
Icon, which is
Icon.
Marvel.
So are they not the highest Icon books? That
No, Kick-Ass is by a huge number.
that's because that fucking movie. That fucking movie.
You know what?
But Jeff
After
Johns,
that-
That movie.
That's where the industry's going.
but
I know
Jeff
it
Johns,
hurts.
is kind of the same way. We talked about this last week. I think we're talking about Booster Gold. Booster Gold didn't sell fantastic with Jeff Johns on it. It sold well for a Booster Gold series.
Fucking best run of
But-
Booster Gold that there has been.
But you put them on JLA or Green Lantern. But this is the way all comics are. Occasionally you get someone that'll buck that trend. You'll get like Jeff Johns on Green Lantern. There's a good example of turning a small book into a huge book, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
And that did become a huge.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's... everything basically starts with sort of cutting your teeth on various things. I mean, Johns didn't start on Green Lantern. He had a large run on
Flash.
and then JSA.
JSA,
He
yeah.
did
And then,
Hawkman, too.
Yeah.
Teen Titans.
and I mean...
Well,
he-
Teen Titans was huge. His launch of Teen Titans was really big.
But I mean, the fact of the matter is I definitely agree that the bigger the name book you put a person on, the more you can drive up the sales as people go, wow, this Batman book's great, or this Avenger book great.
Yeah,
but I don't think that negates the quality of the work he's done on stuff like Alias and Daredevil.
No,
and Powers
just
is
sales.
awesome.
What I
Just
think,
sales
Ryan,
is
what
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
Ryan's saying is the percentage bump you're going to see. Oh God, I apologize for corporate right now, but
No.
It's okay.
the percentage bump you're going to see on a mid-tier book may not be that same quantity as you're going to see in a large book. Whereas you might have a guy surprise you on Daredevil, like Jeff Johns surprised everyone on Green Lantern. Yeah, he'd done Flash before, which Flash Green Lantern kind of same tier character, right? His Green Lantern stuff was like, whoa,
That's
He sold
number one book.
They
I mean-
carried the Green Lantern stuff, the War of the Light, that carried DC for years. I mean,
Absolutely.
it carried the company
Yeah.
and led to a terrible movie, but it carried the company.
I was with you there for a while, but
All right, how about this? A mediocre movie.
I was with you there for
Ryan
a
and I are
while.
the only
but-
ones that like that movie.
No,
It
I
carried,
like that
it carried
movie.
DC Comics.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's
Right,
just
then they were the only three
amazing.
people.
Green Lantern's
Well,
my,
it's
my
half
second favorite
the
comic book
table.
character too, but
Yeah.
it's just amazing a character like Green Lantern could carry DC
Yeah.
Comics. That
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
refreshing
Yeah.
to see them. I mean, yeah, they beat the horse to death. I get it.
Yeah.
Like done, right?
Yeah.
But you're
Horse is
absolutely
done.
right. In terms of margins with regards to corporate, that's exactly who's making the decisions is corporate.
Yeah, but Jeff Johns, I mean, the percentage bump he got on Green Lantern, that's pretty much what they're doing with Bendis is they know that they're going to get a huge bump, and you put them on a smaller book. Why waste your money?
Bendis doubled the sales of X-Men.
Yeah,
no
which is
doubt.
pretty impressive
which
considering X-Men sells pretty well.
Considering X-Men was always
doubled it.
Yeah, X-Men was always a
that's-
top 20 book. I mean, in recent years, the Uncanny and stuff like that had not been selling as high as it had in previous
X-Men are
years.
way better than Captain America.
They drifted down.
Wow.
But
Real war here.
they drifted down, but it's back to being like a number 1, number 2 book, and it's because Bendis writes it. So, but then his Avengers was dropping towards the end, so I don't know. Maybe it'd be a
That's
smaller
because
bump.
he went to reverse everything he ever did with Avengers Disassembled,
that's
which
weird.
you fucking guys should like more, but somehow still hate Bendis.
The status quo.
And did everything that you hated.
But
I love Disassembled and everything.
So
but
did I, but Brock and Ryan didn't.
despite
read Disassembled.
some misleanings on the despite not being huge on all the Marvel Now stuff, the sales have been pretty well. So
Sales,
But it's also, I mean,
my
it's
whole job.
with the way the market is double shipping and everything. It's kind of early. It's
well, a few books shit the bed right out of the gate.
Well, yeah.
X-Men Legacy, Red She-Hulk, a lot of those other books just dead. Journey the Mystery, DOA, just killed, just done. Like just canceled today. Like there's no reason for these books to continue.
That sucks about Richie Hulk as a character.
Yeah, it's just she's not.
Do you just have a thing for the color red?
I think so.
I'm not even going to give it. I'm not even going to give a cheap Niners plug, but yes.
Well, we got a question. I got a question here from Cross X Hunter.
cross section.
Who asks, DC has been announcing new creative teams for a few books. What are you guys excited for or wary of? Also, they canceled iVampire. So let's get into this. DC today announced a bunch of cancellations of books, including, Saucer Country, which was a Vertigo book by Paul Cornell that was not very good, despite I wanted to like it. I love Paul Cornell, but he didn't quite Twitter out the way that like Rob Liefeld did, but he definitely had some harsh words for DC when he left and went back to Marvel. And so the DC canceled the Vertigo book. So there you go. Superman Family Adventure got canceled by Alt Baltazar and Franco, which I've been told they found out that it was canceled when we found out that it was canceled. Which
Ouch.
Yeah.
that is
That fucking sucks.
and there's been a whole load of shit with DC. Like, man, I love you, DC, but dude, you guys got to figure something out. This is not good. There was an article today on Comic Resources by, I don't remember who it is. Let me check. It's one of the editor
Fucking
guys.
TMZ of comic books, though. It's
Those
fucking guys.
DC's been doing some dumb stuff. Like, they got to get their fucking.
Yeah, like the whole
It's
Gail Simone thing.
Bob Harris and Bobby Chase. Who are Bob Harris is the EIC and editorial director Bobby Chase of DC. They're doing like a monthly chat with Comic Book Resources now, kind of talking about stuff. And they were like, then they, in Comic Book Resources asked them straight up, "Hey, what did you guys? There's this shit with Gail Simone firing her, then hiring her back. What happened there? I can't seem to pull up the page, or here we go. I can read you the direct quote here. They totally sidestepped the question here.
Why don't you just tell us exactly what the fuck happened in your own words rather than having
we're waiting
to
for
do some byline
exactly.
bullshit?
Hey,
Get it up.
guys, we're waiting for
Yeah,
Secret.
yeah. He says, "Hold on, no." It says, since we're on the topic of creative changes, one of the things that was a big discussion point for a while was on Gail Simone being fired or being on and off back row. With Gail now reinstated in the title, I have to ask how much fan outcry and fan support was part of the creative editorial decision. Bob Harris replies, "We had it was Ray Fox, the writer. There was the replacement writer coming in for 2 months to help out. Schedule-wise, we're very happy Gail is back. She's on the book moving forward. So to me, that was a moment in time where we were just looking for Gail's next plot to come in, and we're moving forward. Like,
Fucking bullshit.
yeah, like you fired her off the book, and now she's back, and it never happened. Yeah. So
I work for a huge company that shall remain nameless. Let me tell you what that translates to.
yeah,
Somebody flew off the handle
yeah."
and probably took something out on Gail in a personal nature. I'm just saying. Maybe she had a fight with somebody. And,
do you know this? Do you know the story at all? Do you know what happened here
I
at all?
heard.
Okay.
Then I think nothing Batgirl can ever be in ever again for the rest of our lives, or some shenanigans.
Well, she got fired over email by the editor. Apparently, no one else at DC knew she was getting fired off the book.
Right.
She was one of, if not their only, she was their most significant female creator on their most or second most significant female book in a time when comics are being definitely under attack of being, misogynist and anti-feminist and stuff like that. So not a good look for DC. Not a good timing.
And they flew off the handle, and they reacted badly. And the problem is, sometimes the editor, the editor-in-chief is the editor-in-chief, but DC's owned by a bigger company.
Right.
And what most likely happened, in my experience, he flew off the handle. He said, "You're fired." It went up the chain to Warner's HR department, and they said, "Whoa, cowboy.
Yeah.
Take your spurs off. Slow your roll.
I will guarantee
we're going to bring her back.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to apologize. Everybody's going to be cool.
Yeah.
She's probably got a nice little raise.
Yeah, I will guarread you that's
probably how it went down.
Yeah.
Warner's a big company, and you can't make those bad personnel emotional decisions.
Yeah.
And I've read a lot of Gale stuff.
Yeah.
She's actually I like her.
Yeah.
I think she does really
absolutely.
good with male and female characters too, not just girls. I don't want to typecast her.
Yeah, no, I think everyone here likes Gail Simone.
Yeah.
I think
She
we're
does
all
quality
fans.
work.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's
I'm reading between the lines.
That's a bunch of bull.
I like that.
As part of that,
I like that too.
As part of this whole thing, we also found out that a number of different creators who were scheduled to be on books are getting fired off their books and replaced with new creative teams before the first issue even ships. On the new Hellblazer Constantine book, also creative change of Birds of Prey, and it seems like business, but it's like, but all this happening at once, mixed with all this other stuff that DC's been through recently, like, dude, DC, what are you guys doing? Like, you gotta have someone in the middle that's covering your PR and not and dealing with this shit before it happens. You need someone being like, look, I'm going to be the middleman.
Are you going to be that person, Ryan? Are you going to come into DC and
Ryan,
are you going to
step up?
I don't want to be the freaking Grim Reaper to be like, I'm firing all you people. But I mean, they need someone in the middle to manage. You can't have the editors and the writers being PR. Like, they need a PR person because clearly they're not handling this properly. Like, they need to rein in the editorial. They need to actually stick to a decision and stick with it for more than a month, because firing 3 or 4 creative teams within an issue is
So let's pose the question.
yeah.
Why? Right? So you get fired before issue 1 comes out, right?
Yeah.
That's, first of all, that's either your book is really, really bad.
Well, some of these are saying, like, oh, they came in with a good pitch, but then he's working on some other books, so we're going to take him off this new book because we don't want to overwork him.
Shenanigans.
But then you're giving it to someone who's already writing 3 other books.
That's shenanigans.
So yeah.
The question, this is my personal opinion, have no facts to validate. Disclaimers done. I really think that Warner is looking at the other side of the aisle, and they're coming down to the entertainment properties, and they're saying, who are the writers that are going to give us stories we have a chance at putting on film?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that they're reading the books and they're like, you know what? The other guys, maybe DC's writing better books, but not better entertainment property. I'm not going to say
well, look,
He's coming from the 2 Marvel guys at the table.
We've clearly seen that in past years, the joke was always that Warner Brothers didn't even know they published comic books. True. 2, Warner Brothers putting their entire existence on the success of their superhero properties, and Disney doing the same thing now with Marvel. They bought Marvel solely to make movies, and these companies are now under amazing focus to succeed. And if someone up ahead's like, this is like this didn't sell, why would this sell? We need something different. Well, this works. Let's copy that. I mean, I think for better, for worse. I mean, we're getting some of the best books DC has published in 20 years.
Yep.
However, we're seeing crazy editorial and stuff getting canceled before. But then I'm fine with them canceling shit like Hawk and Dove after 6 issues. Like, that book shouldn't have even had 1 issue. So, okay, Bryce, we're going to get into this later in the podcast.
Oh, I'll get into it right now.
But if Marvel announced tomorrow they were going to cancel, Age of Apocalypse, Extreme X-Men, and Astonishing X-Men, would you be like, thank God?
I would. I am the fucking biggest X-lover at this table, which is not difficult considering the company that I'm in. But I would love it if they canceled that. But I just wanted to say real quick, in 2012, if you guys were like, by the way, Marvel within the next 12 months will, or maybe the next 24 months, whatever, will have a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie come out, and Wonder Woman can't even get a fucking TV show.
Everyone at DC, everyone at Warner Brothers should be. Everyone at Warner Brothers,
Marvel's doing everything right.
Marvel 1, DC 0 on that one.
Hold on.
Everyone at Warner Brothers should be fired.
Wait a second.
Unreal.
Let me defend Warner real quick.
Fucking.
All right. Name the last action-driven movie with a female lead that sold $500 million at the box office. Quick.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't need it.
But that's what they're looking for. They need.
Yeah, but you have your Resident Evils and your Underworlds, and those are huge
But they're
money
not putting that
makers.
number. They're not putting that number. $500 million.
But
that's
Yeah,
what
but how many movies make it to that
Iron
number?
Man and Cap and Thor, none of those movies made that money either.
They hit high fours. They hit high fours, 5. Pull it
yeah,
up.
but
I'm telling you.
not nothing domestic.
No, I'm talking about worldwide sales.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can't do it. What I'm saying is that's what that's what Warner's looking for.
Sure.
Instead of saying, "Hey, can we get a Wonder Woman movie out there? Set a realistic target." Because first of all, Wonder Woman movie shouldn't cost you $200 million to make.
Yeah.
Should not. Get some unknown actress.
Well, no, none of these movies should cost $200 million to make, except Avengers and Justice League.
Right. So you put it out there. You spend $100 million on the movie, right? It's really only got to make $350 to get it started. And at the end of the day, that's not what their goal is. They're thinking they're blinded by Marvel's success, not looking at the building blocks Marvel put together to get. And it's hold on, Bryce, before you get all excited, it's the reverse on the animation side.
Sorry,
No,
you're
you're not
jacking
wrong.
off under the table right now.
Complete reverse on the animation. Marvel canceled
totally.
minus Avengers after one season.
Marvel's animation is the biggest joke on the face of the earth, where
my
DC
God.
continues to dominate. It's Cartoon Network, and God, don't even get me started. Cartoon Network is the fucking disaster of the century for animation, but DC animation blows everything Marvel does away. But Marvel, and I mean, the Batman movies, they're on their own. DC just can't get shit going movie-wise. What?
No, go ahead.
My animation is really good.
See, you're
Batman the Animated Series, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, Teen Titans,
Doesn't fucking matter.
Green Lantern, Young Justice. Those are all better than every Marvel animated show of all time.
I'm just happy that DC Nation's back. Yay.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how far
I think what people are also forgetting is that Warner Brothers was the first one to kind of actually take the comic book, movie genre, and they took a risk on it with Batman or with Superman and Batman, the early franchises, and the first 2 films from each are really, really good films. But then you had the 3 and 4s that just tanked those franchises. So they're probably more cautious because of that mentality. But
this world we live in today, there's no reason DC can't put out 2 or 3 movies a year. No reason.
There's not. No. And with the success of the Dark Knight, with the success of the Batman franchise, realistically, there's no reason for them to be that scared. Here's the thing. They're not. The Superman Returns movie was possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Dude, true.
Because they made him a creeper.
Okay, regardless of what anyone thinks of that movie made a shitload of money.
It did, proving that people don't care. Because it was Superman, right? But did it get the rebuy value wasn't there. What made Avengers great and Batman, they just kept people 2 times, 3 times.
Sure.
Exactly this.
The thing is, with Wonder Woman, if they can lower their expectations a little bit on the origin film.
Yeah.
And expect to only make a few $100 million and use it as a setup,
worldwide.
They could do something worldwide.
Yeah.
They could do something special.
Totally agree.
Because that could be all the female. So Kill Bill is probably what came to mind for me.
Yeah.
As a really successful female-driven action flick, right? They could do it because the market's there. The market is definitely there because you have a film like Kill Bill come along, even like you said, the Resident Evil franchise does well for what it is, right?
It does more than well at this point.
Yeah, they're really successful.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the mic, man.
Then get Quentin Tarantino to direct the Wonder Woman movie.
Straight up. Fucking A. Wonder Woman
Dude,
would be incredible as a fucking rated R film. That would be awesome.
They would never do it.
Well, here's something.
Never prove it. Ever.
No.
Green Lantern.
And Charles doesn't agree.
Green Lantern still made $200 million, which should be fine, right? It just shouldn't have cost $200 million to make, and I think there's the biggest problem with Green Lantern.
That's exactly
But
the problem.
you can't get the effects right. I mean, Green Lantern, that's going to be effects driven.
Dude, how is that?
I
Not
disagree.
The fucking biggest franchise ever?
No, that's a spectacle.
How
Green
did they
Lantern's
fuck
gotta be a
that
spectacle.
up?
See, to me, when it comes to the Green Lantern movie, the problem is they were trying to recreate the success of Avatar.
Well, with Green,
Flat out, they kind of went, we're going to do... When Avatar came out, everybody kind of went gaga for 3D movies and went gaga for CGI landscapes and CGI characters. And all of a sudden, Warner Brothers kind of went, we should do this with Green Lantern, with the movie we have in production. To me, I would have much rather seen a basically a Green Lantern movie with the production value of the old Farscape TV show, then because Farscape knew when to use CGI and they knew when to use prosthetics and all that to make their different characters. You don't need every single alien to be CGI. You don't need, like, you just need to set the world.
You don't if you already have something else to fall back on. The problem is Warner's so far behind. They are so far behind the game right now that they need a splash. They need Superman.
There's word that JLA may get pushed back to 2016, and it's like, you're just kill it. You're done. You're over. Just don't even bother.
But I feel bad for them because they're caught in the middle, right?
Yeah.
They saw Avengers. People forget that was years to make that movie.
Yeah.
Because they did all the character build up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
everybody
DC's
remembers.
people are looking at Warner's like, so what you got?
Yeah.
If this Superman movie doesn't pan out, and I'm gonna lie, I thought the trailer was fantastic. I'm
stoked.
yeah.
I'm stoked for it. But I mean, if it doesn't work, it's done. Just kill. Just
you might as well just put a wrap on them,
fire everyone, and start fresh. No, because
that's not going to happen.
He's right. Relaunch Batman every 10 years and just do what they're doing with Spider-Man and just
forget everything else. Because I think if they can't get, if Superman doesn't work, then whatever. If it works, get Justice League out as soon as possible. Take your movies out of it. You're going to get 2-3 movies a year. There's no reason they can't do it. Warner Brothers is a billion dollar company. They should take the risk. The payoff is there for them. Just dicking around, just being like, oh, we need scripts. Oh, we got to go back. Oh, back and forth. No.
Ryan, in Diane I trust. Harry Potter, I don't know. Pretty big movies, right?
Yeah. Oh, very big.
DC branding since she took over, pretty fucking incredible. I mean, New 52. And we look at New 52.
I have to say something, though. I've heard she's not involved too much day to day these days.
Ooh.
Most presidents aren't.
I mean,
most presidents aren't in the day to day. They're more in the strategic level. Boom! She's the link between Warner Brothers and DC.
Boom goes to
we'll
Omar.
see if she's still in the same position at the end of the year. That's all I'm saying.
Inside info. Insider trading.
Rumors.
Well, I mean,
spoiler alert.
Rumors.
the thing is I mean, Warner Brothers needs to get in the movie market.
And
just
it's not. Well, hold on. And it's not like they want to fire or anything like that. It's everyone at Warner Brothers is done. Everyone's fed up. Is the rumors that's been going around.
In general or with her?
No, everyone is fed up with everything because no one can get shit done. It's like all these camps fighting, and it's like
because the TV camp is on one side, the comics are on the other side, the movies are on another side.
Well,
and they don't talk, they don't interact, and that's the problem is when you have the animated side, which is doing amazing. You have a TV. I mean, the CW had carried Smallville for so long, and Arrow's doing amazing. Yeah. You can't.
Well, here's the problem. Here's who made the Marvel movieverse successful: Brian Michael Bendis, Matt Fraction, the comic guys came in, laid the groundwork. Alex Alonso, Joe Quesada laid the groundwork for what all these guys are doing because they said, "Here's the game plan, and now you go." There's no reason Jeff Johns and Grant Morrison and Jim Lee aren't running this.
Well, you can leave Grant Morrison out of that.
They should be, and why they are not is. Like they were supposed to, from what I understood, but it doesn't sound like they have much to do.
Dude, the fucking answer is in the names you just named. Fucking Morrison is not going to be involved in that. I mean,
Morrison is all Hollywood these days. He's doing a ton of Hollywood stuff.
Brock and I agree, which is the first time ever.
Yeah, I know.
And fucking the names that you just listed, like Jim Lee, fucking incredible and amazing, but he's not the bricklayer of some new Hollywood franchise.
Look at it.
He's just not.
Look at it this way.
He's fucking amazing. But
Johns did have involvement, some small involvement in the Green Lantern.
No, he
film.
did.
A lot of
he did.
And the thing is we see where that went because again, it's everyone at Warner's fed up. There's no communication.
All right, you guys right now. You guys sound like a bunch of internet chat rooms. Let's fucking just talk about real shit that people want to listen to.
Question.
Okay, I got more
you know
questions.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. I got a bunch more questions. All right, let's hit some. All right.
Drink.
All right, this is another one from the serial kills here. I have to tell the truth. I haven't read Sandman or Watchmen, but he doesn't really care for Watchmen.
Me too.
Do I pick up the omnibus? This is going to be my quick answer to this. Sandman is the greatest comic that's ever been written. It may not be for everyone. However,
serial kills. Are you goth emo?
No. Outside of that, Sandman is the best comic that's ever been written. It comes with my 100% satisfaction guaranteed rating. If you don't like it, I will gladly buy it back from you. I think
to Bryce.
Everyone should read Sandman. Even if you don't like it, I think everyone should read it because it is probably the best comics has ever been. So,
Well, Ryan.
I like it's
Actually,
like I'm like dancing to a Morrissey soundtrack right now.
The thing is Ryan. Ryan gave me Sandman when we were in high school, and it still to this day is one of the books that I completely and utterly love. And I gave it to my brother, and he's halfway through getting the, absolute editions because he's just like, it's so amazing. So you're behind the curve here, Bryce. Get on that.
No, it's good stuff. It's
I'm
just
not behind the curve. I haven't
too,
read it yet.
that's
I'm sure that I would love it. I just haven't read it yet. There's a lot of books that I'm behind on. I just read The Children's Crusade, which I text Ryan frequently about how much I hated. And that was a fucking year or 2 or 3 ago. So I don't know if I can know.
I like the art in that book.
The art was amazing,
art
which
was
is
good.
why it took 2 or 3 years to write 9 issues.
yeah, it's crazy because it's someone that just gave too much time, was given too much time, was not managed.
Exactly.
Maybe we need some of that hardcore micromanagement from Disney.
Oh, interesting development. Just like, what's his fucking bucket from Uncanny Avengers that they dumped after 2 or 3 issues? Because the art was taking too long?
Oh, Cassidy?
Yeah, fucking Cassidy.
Yeah.
Love him, but fucking hate him. Come on, bro.
He's a fantastic cover
Oh,
artist.
he's an amazing artist. Draw slower, bro. I dare you. Oh, can't.
so Steven
I
asks,
don't know. He's done a lot of really nice interior work. I've just
he
been.
fucking does amazing interior work. He just
No,
makes-
like 10 years ago though.
Well, my point is I agree. You don't put him on a book you're trying to get out monthly, but
Or at least twice a month.
The salary scale has definitely increased in the last 12 years for John Cassidy,
Yeah.
and the price per page, no one can really afford him. Keep him on the covers; it's good to go. I love him on interior works. Planetary is like one of my favorite books
Alex
ever.
Ross.
Yeah, and Alex Ross, same thing. Case in point,
Exactly.
right?
Steven asks, what the hell's going on with DC editorial? We already answered that, so I'm going to move on. Batman and Superman are obvious, but cast the rest of the Justice League. Brock, one person each.
Ooh.
Who's in the Justice League? We're going to make our own Justice League right now.
We're going to make our own Justice League?
Yes, Superman, Batman.
Aquaman.
Okay. Bryce.
Oh,
wait, Bryce. Sorry, I was looking at Omar and I said Bryce.
I mean,
That's right.
He's handsome, but
He's handsome too.
You know.
We'll do the table this way.
You're
Omar, go next.
jumping all over the place.
Give us
Robin.
one Justice League member. Robin.
Oh
like
my god!
like
What?
Nightwing or Robin?
No, Robin.
Okay.
He's gonna be the kid running around the
Which
cave.
Robin, motherfucker?
We need a water boy.
Which Robin?
Just Robin in the orange, the yellow, the green.
I'm sorry. maybe
Connect
I
to the
didn't
kids.
See it properly. Which
Okay.
Robin?
Super Friends, Robin.
Word,
OG.
son?
Word.
Word.
OG.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Wait. Like
Who's your
Dick Robin?
Dick Robin. Yeah.
Who's in the Justice
Everybody
League?
loves some Dick.
Nah, Craig.
Yeah, we do.
Nah, Craig.
Who's in the Justice League?
Wonder Woman, played by Kobe Smulders from How I Met Your Mother. I don't care if she was in S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't really give a shit.
Okay. Yeah, no one remembers anyways.
Is that Robin from How Much? Is that Robin from How Much? You Remember?
Yep. As Wonder Woman.
That Robin would work. That Robin would work.
Yeah, that
Totally
works.
disagree,
What?
dude. Are you
She's
kidding?
tall. She's got some shoulders on
She
her.
definitely does not have some tigos.
Dude, whatever. They gave Angelina Jolie stuff like that for Tomb Raider.
Dude, I need some Amazonian woman
Give
in
her the
my
Angelina
Wonder Woman. I love Robin and I love How Much Your Mother, but that Robin is not the Wonder Woman. I mean, Omar said Robin, but she didn't mean that Robin.
Killing me, Smalls.
She didn't mean that Robin. Did he just call Omar a girl?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Not that Omar would be offended by that.
That was me slurring.
I eat pussy. It's okay. I don't mind. I am what I eat.
That was me slurring anyway. Anyway, my answer is Flash. Oh, interesting question. Which Flash? Great question. Dairy?
Oh, jeez.
My answer is self-explanatory.
Yeah, you're saying Green Lantern. God, jeez. If we're talking movie, maybe not who I would want to be in, but I guarantee you they're going to put Cyborg in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
No, they definitely will. No, good
Yeah.
call. Good call. I mean, they have Cyborg in fucking Young Justice, but they just don't call him Cyborg.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what's awkward
Cyborg.
is that they would do it because of the token black man.
And that's, I hate to
fucking
say it,
wanna
but
be that
that's
guy. I don't want to be
exactly
that
why.
guy either, but I.
Martian Manhunter is a black guy,
You have
for
to.
sure.
You have to establish for Martian Manhunter. You would have to establish a lot of his backstory to his.
The J-League-
that.
If fucking
with
Heimdall is a
Cyborg, it's
black
a little
man-
bit easier.
Actually, they could do it pretty easy
Dude.
with Martian Manhunter.
Martian
You have
Manhunter's
him
a
as
black
John
man.
Jones for most of the movie, played by
Yeah.
the guy that played the president in 24.
Oh, David Palmer.
Yup.
Motherfucking man.
Just saying.
The,
Love
J-
him.
the JLA is
Love him.
the JLA is pretty white. I think they would need to mix it up a little bit.
That's what you have him play him as John Jones, and then at the
Apparently,
end of the
we
movie,
have
he
Robin
switches.
from
Boom.
How I Met Your Mother.
Can I strike my old answer? I'm going to say
Killing me,
Catwoman.
Smalls.
Okay, I'm done with that.
You would? I'm sorry.
Okay, we got some round robin questions here, so we're gonna continue this going around the table. Answers,
Robin?
and we're gonna hey throw back to Morrison. She was in JLA with Morrison. Morrison's JLA. It's good stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
What are we talking about?
All right,
Let's go.
All right, this
round robin questions.
We
Let's
got a
fucking go.
couple more. Let's keep doing this. We got a question from Joshua, who, thanks to him, bought us some pizza tonight.
Thank
So
you.
Hey, Joshua.
Man.
Thanks for the pizza. We all had some.
Hey, Joshua, I'm sitting here with a Chipotle burrito. Thanks for giving Ryan the heads up.
Ryan never gives anybody a heads up.
He wants to know if we are comfortable discussing it, and of course, Omar is. How much do you guys personally spend on comics a monthly? I don't. Or how much you spend on comics monthly? I don't know if he wants to talk like specific dollar amounts, but he's like, do you have a strict budget, or are you pretty flexible? You just pretty much buy as what comes in. So again, let's go around. Start with Brock.
Shit.
Yours.
Maybe not
Yours.
so
Yours is definitely. You have a budget.
I have a budget.
You have a budget.
I have a budget.
But it is flexible because
It is flexible.
I give you some.
Yeah.
Some forward
I would say
pay.
I would say weekly. Weekly, I probably hit now between 50 and 60.
Well, you don't have to say dollar amount if you don't want. So.
I mean, before
Exact question.
before kind of.
Well, I think the question was like, is it you have a pretty strict budget or are you flexible? But I mean, you can say dollar amount if you want.
I mean,
that's cool.
I try and stick with what I have. I mean, ideally, it's nice to be able to get my comics and then maybe pick up a trade every week if possible.
Yeah.
But I would say I range between 50 and 60. It depends on it also depends on the week. Like I think week 1 it's more like 67, 70, and then like the last week of the month is like 45. So it varies by what comes out. But
No,
Okay.
But it wasn't a question a monthly question, so that's like
it's
like
hard
$120 to $200 a month.
Well, it's hard to
Monthly,
kind of do it.
yeah.
It's hard to kind of do it monthly because the weeks change up so much.
No.
But what about when I say when I think comics? I'm sorry for taking away from your airtime here. When I say comics, I think comics, toys, video games, movies.
No.
no.
Everything.
We're not including video
Comics.
games and toys.
Comics.
But it's all comics. It's all
Whatever
comics
you buy
related.
from Ryan's, Omar. Heroclix,
Really?
boom, just got included.
I was just about to
We're
say-
all three of us fucked.
I was about to say Omar's comic budget used to be a lot higher, and then he got into Heroclix. Now your comic budget's
goes.
lower.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
So where's the store?
He's now spending it with Chris. Ryan, how do you feel about that?
What's that? Omar's been taking one for the team here for a while because we've been getting screwed on our HeroClick numbers. But Omar, you're pretty easygoing every month. You're pretty not a budget, but you're pretty standard every month. You've got a pretty strict list that comes in. You don't deviate too heavy from that.
No. If we're just talking comic books, I
Yeah.
don't spend more than like $40 a week.
No.
Oh God. So between me and my lovely fiance Leslie,
Congratulations, fiance.
thank you. I just promised her I'd say her name.
Good job.
To Leslie, motherfucking the woman.
So between the two of us, it could
Sure.
be as low as 100.
Yeah.
It could be as high as 4.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but you
she
also
buys.
binge buy.
She binge buys.
Oh, she
I'm pretty
binge buys.
consistent with my buying habits, but I take her to the comic store. She hasn't been there in a while. She's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she's here. We're making our rent for the month. So
Where did you meet her, by the way? For all of our fans out there.
I met her at work, and she wanted to get into comics when we first. Oh, this is gonna get sidetracked. She wanted to get into comics when we first started dating. Her previous relationship did not allow her to kind of go deep dive in. I said, "You're interested in what? Really?" And I turned around. I was like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding." You know that thing goes off in your head.
yeah.
Coyote slapping the floor.
You're already planning the nice little candlelight dinner in the comic book store.
And then she turned into like alpha comic buyer of the house. The statues in the house.
All hers.
So you walk into my house. First thing you see is a big picture of Power Girl that a
Nice.
friend of ours painted with like this ridiculous. Power Girl's already ridiculous. The assets, they're worse. People are like, "Oh my god, how does she let you hang that there?" Like that's hers. And all her girl statues.
Nice.
It's like Omar knows. I'm
Dude,
not
Leslie,
living a dream, baby.
listen. Okay,
And
I
she's a tall woman.
love my girl, but I am a jealous man. I really am. Leslie's fucking bomb, dude.
5'10".
We need, like, the
She
Cribs
could play Wonder
version.
Woman. We'll be good.
You need like the Cribs version of your house.
Oh.
Just a tour.
No, because then
Brock doesn't want the Cribs version. He wants the wife swap version.
nerds.
No,
nerds.
that's Omar wants.
No,
to
I don't want a
watch
wife swap. No. I
Actually,
don't.
none of the three of you are actually married yet, so that
Yes.
wouldn't work anyway.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
We break up nerd couples. I'm sorry.
Bryce, how about you?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I'm still thinking of the 5'10" Wonder Woman Power Girl shenanigans.
What do you spend monthly? You're pretty consistent. Well,
Yeah,
you've been
so
Your
here's the thing.
Your
is that my
binding
problem-
budget.
Yeah,
has,
the binding budget. Don't talk to my wife about the binding budget. I hope she's not listening to this. Don't worry, she's not. So my Weekly budget is about, I don't know, it depends, $20 to $30 a week on the low end. That's not including Heroclix, that's not including binding, but that also is just including, unfortunately, I'm so angry, every X book that comes out, which I'm so angry about. Half the X books.
Got a question about that coming up. So
probably fucking half the X books I hate. I just texted Ryan earlier this week. I was like, "Fuck, man! I keep on. I'm like the virgin waiting for X-Men Legacy to get good. I'm 4 issues in, and I'm just, come on, buddy, come on, Legion.
there's a
Give me some good book.
There's a giant wall of amazing DC products right behind you. If you want to, I'll trade you.
I think that,
and you'll save $1.
What our short attention span customers may or may not be understanding is that actually I gave a pretty fair shot to. I'm buying all the Batmans right now, or at least the Death of the Family story arcs, which is fucking half the DC universe.
That's true.
Fail.
Did you just say fail?
Before the
Fuck
fucking,
you, Bryce.
the fucking New 52 bullshit, I was all about every fucking thing that had the word green and or lantern in it. And then they fucking restarted the whole universe, and I'm fucking out.
But they didn't restart Green Lantern.
No. I gave it a chance for the first like 2 or 3 months, and it was just not compelling. So, look, X-Men is not good, but right now, half of it, the lower half. But I gave it a shot for a while. My budget right now, as I mentioned in the New Year's podcast, 5-month-old baby, have about a $20 to $30 per week budget, not including Heroclix.
Good answer, bro. Good answer.
Or trades or binge or fucking binding.
So $400 a week. Okay, moving on. Charlie.
So my answer is
You're just kind of like Brock.
is going to be just sort of flat out. It depends how much I'm working at the shop that month.
Yeah.
The more I'm at the shop working, the more I spend on books.
Well, you're more buying just trades and like
and hardcovers and
hardcovers
chess pieces and yeah.
You occasionally you only have a few titles that you actually buy, right? Singles.
Like 2 or 3 a week that I actually like buy, but I read a shit ton.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer this question because my budget is thousands of dollars a week, right? So it's like, okay.
You get to buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
You do the ordering.
I just have to sell the rest of it. So,
exactly.
I mean, most of the time I'm getting 15, 20 bucks a week. I mean, there are some times where it's like, 4 trades came out this week. That sucks. But normally it's fine. I mean, I don't go too crazy.
Yeah, trades are beautiful, but fuck, man, that shit's expensive.
Yeah, well,
statues, damn, they're fucking beautiful, but that's expensive.
Once in a while, it's been like, a new omnibus. And a absolute. And a hardcover. And 12 regular books plus the. Oh God, I'll just spread this out over a few weeks. I don't take everything at once. Make it look a little bit better. So
you do that just so your girlfriend doesn't get pissed off.
Well,
you're bringing like a huge stack of crap in.
Nah, I mean, this all goes on the shelf. I've actually cut back a lot of my comics and stuff like that too. And in my trades, I purged a lot of stuff, so it's fine. I just got a non-comic question here. It's from Kyle, one of our customers here.
What's up, Kyle?
He's like, I know a lot about the podcast crew's comic book favorites. What are your musical preferences? Let's go around.
That's awesome.
Let's keep going around. Too bad Toby's not here. He can talk about his underground hip hop he listens to.
Hip hop.
I know what Brock listens to. The worst fucking trash in the world. Oh God! Every time
gangster rap,
every time Brock
country music,
every time Brock works, I come back in and I'm like, he changed my fucking Pandora station to the worst like twangy ass country garbage. Except Toby does it too, but it's to a bunch of garbage rap. So
no, I listen to like alternative rock music, classic rock, country. I mean, hip hop, rap. I listen to pretty much everything.
Sounds amazing.
Generic answer 1. Okay, I know we all know what Bryce listens to. We all know what Bryce listens to.
Well, that's fucking not only racist in some, I'm not sure how, but some capacity.
Bryce,
actually, no, I'm going to say this.
We all know what Bryce listens to.
I actually don't know what Bryce listens to.
Yeah, you fucking don't know. Wait your turn.
Wait your turn, okay? Wait your turn.
Omar, what do you...
Lady Gaga.
We know what Omar listens to.
This is what I listen to.
My man.
Yeah.
I think this is a copyright infringement.
What?
You got to keep this under 30 seconds, man.
Put the speakers to the microphone. Not just your speakers. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so I listen to some fucking Japanese hip-hop. Nujabes. Nujabes is the shit. It's all about jazzy hip-hop mixture of fucking old and new and the dopest lyricists ever all around the world. Nujabes, rest in peace, son.
So does that mean there's no more music coming out?
What do you listen to?
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Oh, of course. Good taste.
No new music.
East Coast head right there.
None. 0.
He's stuck. Yours.
1997, 2006, maybe pushing it.
Yeah.
I'm East Coast. That's what I listen to.
Love it. Good shit, bro.
2006. He was dead for years.
No, not just him. Obviously, not just. It was a reference to the genre. Jesus. Whatever. Go. I'm
So
done with
just
you.
East Coast in general.
East Coast hip hop.
Okay.
And R&B.
not what you said, but okay.
And R&B, which is,
Not what you said also. Okay.
Keeping it gangster.
Bryce.
So actually, I'm pretty liberal. I love actually only musicals. No,
Really?
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
But I'm actually pretty favorable to any genre except for metal, the really hard stuff, and that's actually it. So I'll listen to rap, I'll listen to country, I'll listen to pop. Brock knows that I love myself a little Lady Gaga.
Yeah, there's a picture to prove it.
Boy.
And except that if they're wearing
meat
guy
suit?
liner, Ryan, I actually love it.
Guy liner.
That's the answer he was expecting.
You know, dude, country, actually, I've been listening to the Wailing Jennies. They're pretty sick.
Dude, Wailing Jennings, I mean, that 30 years ago, welcome to the fucking 21st century, Omar.
Yeah.
They were amazing. By the way, there's lots of other good stuff that I couldn't name because I'm like the fucking Renaissance man of music.
Okay.
That's not true. But,
Sorry, we're 3 beers deep.
yeah.
I was wondering
big
how
beer.
Renaissance
Love
came
Waylon Jennings.
Yes.
And, yeah.
8% beer.
Charlie.
1 pint.
You
Waylon Willie.
don't ever talk about music.
Yeah, but get in his car. You're in for a wild surprise. Let me tell you.
Okay.
I've been in his car.
The radio is
Anal
on.
sex.
All right.
I've
It's like
been in
Lonely Island.
I've been in his car. I don't remember Charlie listening to me. I have no idea what you listen to either.
Is it Gunter? Gunter?
No, I don't have any. Well, I do have some specific taste in music. I do like a lot of the stuff that I liked when I was younger. If it comes on the radio or something,
Like
So
alternative
yeah,
stuff?
a lot of
or-
alternative, a lot of rock, a lot of that kind of stuff. And I mean, there's stuff that comes out nowadays that I do enjoy listening to. But typically, if I have a choice to be listening to something in the car, I'm listening to Big Finish Doctor Who audiobooks.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't think that counts as music, man.
And everyone here, unfortunately, knows what I listen to, but I will, for the people at home that don't, I am a horrible indie new wave European snob of all the 80s music, all the big new wave, all the goth, all the industrial stuff. I refuse to listen to any of your modern music. I hate it all with a passion.
Hey, but you know what?
Music died in 1989.
So like 99 Luftballon?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
That's way too pop for Ryan. By the
No,
way.
I
love that because I love pop music.
I listen
but
to a bunch
Ryan-
of. I there's also the stuff I don't listen to here in the store, which is like what you guys have never heard, which is like all like the
we've never heard.
the weird German industrial, like, you know, the music made by banging drums and sticks together and shit. Like not like drums, like
that sounds
half the time you're
taking
amazing and
like
enjoyable,
saw
Ryan.
like taking saws to
Half the
metal
time-
and shit, and
Half
like
the time you've been
Sounds fucking
surprised
amazing.
I know people.
yeah, you know like 2 bands. It's fine.
Or like Metal Brock, you're gonna relate to him with this.
Einstreisende Neubauten.
I used to work
Good
at a
stuff.
record store, so
Yeah. So I listen to weird stuff.
It's like
so
me
that's
singing
fine.
saws to metal. I'm not sure if that's
But
what he's
since
referring to,
but I actually really do like classic rock too, because my dad liked it when I was a kid, so I grew up on a lot of classic rock. A lot of CBGB's New York punk stuff. So
and one of your
that's the
biggest
stuff I like.
one new song that you really into and got overplayed was the Gundam Style song. You
Oh,
were
okay.
like you were out there dancing that shit.
Dude, Gundam Style is good stuff, man. I can dig on.
Hey,
I can dig
for
on
those
some,
of you
some
that
J-pop
are
stuff
on
too. So.
Ryan's blog, you should see the YouTube video that he posted of him doing Gangnam Style in the Comics Conspiracy store of Ryan doing the Gangnam Style dance.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Nope, it's true.
This
If
is
you can't
4
find it,
beers
it's because
deep.
YouTube blocked it.
I don't want to see it either.
Okay.
Don't worry. You're not the only one.
Let's see. We're almost done here. We got a couple more questions. Yeah, this one's going to be for Bryce here. See if he can answer. You kind of already answered, but
Come on,
is anyone? This is from Nate on Twitter. He asks.
What's up, Nate?
He asks.
Nate, my man.
Is anyone liking Extreme X-Men?
Dude, by the way, okay, can I talk to Nate for a second?
Sure.
Nate, hey, By the way, Extreme X-Men, Nate, let's bond about this. Extreme X-Men, can we both agree that started off amazing? It very quickly went south, and it was, for a minute, it was fucking awful, frankly. But then, like, as of 2 or 3 issues ago, it got fucking good, and, like, just when I was ready to drop it, it was like, oh, fuck, actually, wait a minute, fucking Extreme X-Men is actually getting interesting.
What was the reason? What was the reason for that, though? Give us some shit.
It was
Extreme X-Men is the new.
Ryan, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're interrupting me. Go ahead, Ryan.
Extreme X-Men is the new Exiles, correct?
Absolutely. The new Exiles, just way cooler.
Okay.
So, look, to be honest, totally transparent. I never read Exiles. I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was. I'm actually not sure it was.
Is it in your binding?
It's not. I have 2 issues of Exiles in my entire 70-plus volumes of X-Men binding. Look, Extreme X-Men was like great for like 3 issues. It was awful for about 6, but then the past couple issues, in my opinion, the art, like, they changed artists and the art got way better. And they all of a sudden decided to bring Sage back in, which is not that much of a selling point. They also made the story arc, which is more compelling, totally readable. So I still hope that they kill it off nicely. And I read the writer just tweeted recently that he's going to be doing some crazy arc, which is called like Extinction or something very clever that has an X and a hyphen.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I want to check it out.
And totally original. So I really hope that it does well. I really hope that, like, unlike Mark Waid did with Irredeemable and Incorruptible, that he actually kills it at an appropriate time, because I think that right now it's great. Dazzler running a book, it's like you should just kill it, put it out of its misery, like end it well, because right now I think that it's good, but only for a very short time. I think that like Legion in X-Men Legacy, it should have been dead a couple issues ago, but I think that you can just kill it quickly. And yes, Nathan, you and me, we're reading it to the end, brother.
Why are you calling him Nathan for? His name is Nate.
I hear Extreme X-Men.
That's his full name.
And for some reason, this thing from my childhood comes to my brain. Like, Wednesday. Come on down to Comic Conspiracy and pick up your newest issue of Extreme X-Men.
That's pretty much
Pay
it.
for the whole book, only read the cover.
That's because you're
it's extreme.
Comic book racist. And Salvador LaRocca did the original Extreme X-Men run, which, by the way, was fucking legit.
Salvador LaRocca is legit.
Dude, Salvador LaRocca is legit, and by the way...
But Chris Claremont wrote it, so...
not so bad, because Gambit got to fuck Rogue, and that's what I'm saying, and that's all...
We do forget occasionally that Bryce is a shipper.
All I got from what Bryce was saying to Nate was a quarter of this book is actually interesting. The rest is garbage.
Okay, hold on.
Time out. I have a real legit question. I have a legitimate question for Bryce.
Oh, I would love to answer
what
it,
you just
Omar.
said about Rogue. Did the curtains match the rug?
Oh, yeah,
It's
because they're
curtain
both
match
brown.
the drapes. God, you sound like an idiot when you say it wrong.
That's coming from Brock, who's a ginger.
Yeah, ginger
No,
time.
I prefer fire crotch.
We're gonna moving on. Nate also wants to know: is the new Uncanny X-Force going to be any good? That would be the Uncanny X-Force with...
Is that the chick one or the cable one?
That's the chick one.
Psylocke
That's the
one.
Psylocke
with
one.
Psylocke.
So that hasn't been out yet, Nate? Come on.
Is it gonna be
ask
any
those
good,
questions
though?
that I can possibly answer.
Hold on. It's got Psylocke, who's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's got a female version. It's got one of the versions
All
of
right,
what's
look,
her
Nate.
what's his face that died that came back.
Come on, don't be...
No, Phantom X
don't
is
be-
alive again.
I know,
And if
don't
you
be-
read the book, there's 3 of them.
I know.
Ryan,
That's what
There's
I
3
just
of
said.
them.
That's what
and
I
that's why he had
just.
problems.
That's what I just said. There's 3
Best
Phantom
twist
X's.
ever. 3
It has
Phantom X.
right?
Also, Spiral. Also, I was
yes.
talking to Ryan about this the other week. Puck, random as fucking hell,
Yeah.
but can't really hate on it too much until we read the first arc, unlike X-Men Legacy, which even during the first arc is awful.
Yep.
It's going to be, I think that it's going to be great. I mean, look, a single fucking issue hasn't even come out. Let a single issue
He's
come
just
out.
asking.
Yeah, slow your roll, homie.
Look, it's
Relax.
going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Hey,
yes,
Nate,
it's going to be amazing.
Nate,
Official title of that book.
Uncanny X-Men or Uncanny X-Force.
Who's the female one?
Yeah, Uncanny X-Force. The cable one is Cable and X-Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome.
So wait, there's
Dude,
two
this last
X-Force
issue,
teams?
the best issue yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm liking
You even
it.
said that, Brock.
The third one's gotten a little bit better.
I'm waiting
but
for Marvel
I'm
to
still
break
reading.
the X-Men universe off into its own.
Yeah. Might as well.
Oh, Chris
it's
is
gonna
an
happen.
X-Men racist.
All right. To end this episode,
Oh shit!
and so if anyone wants to cut off at this point, they don't have to listen to it. We got a question
what
here.
A dick.
We got a question here for the back half of the table. Here this is from Don. That writes us all the time on Twitter. He asks, "What should I know before being involved in Heroclix?" And I like how we spelled CLICKX or CKS. That's funny. I'm not making fun of him, but I think it's funny. I've never seen it spelled that way.
See, when I used to be totally into it and going to eBay, I tried all sorts of spellings of Heroclix just to find the cheaper option.
And what set should I buy first? So this is a question for the back half of the table.
I'll give him a warning from the poor man of the group. It costs a lot of money.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
And he got most of his shit free, so don't listen to him.
I paid a little.
I'm gonna help you do clicks on a budget. Okay, so let's.
Well, what should you know before getting involved?
Before you
besides
get what you want to know,
besides the cost,
is
just gets up and leaves.
you want to. What was the gentleman's name?
Don.
Don. Be prepared for a pretty steep learning curve.
Yeah.
If you've got some board gaming / chess / card game experience, that probably helps, but it isn't necessary. Second thing, check out your local venues. Try to find a good group of.
Charlie actually really is leaving. He's going to record the Infinite
Charlie's
Long Box.
so irritated with Heroclix. He is fucking leaving the building.
No, Charlie.
I have another podcast.
Charlie actually has to record the Infinite Long Box as a special episode. So,
Okay.
Charlie, we'll catch you next week.
Continue, Faraone.
Charlie out. So, realistically, you want to find a good group of people to play with. Don't be afraid to ask. Do you have a night for new players? And once you kind of find your place, going on to buying. So start with figures that you like. Start with teams you like. You know, the game's got keywords. You'll learn about all that. Start with stuff you want to play because you wanted to see it happen on a comics page. If you want to play Superman and Thor on the same team, do it. Right? Find a way to. I know. That was a reference I had.
You're not wrong.
Because when you do that, you'll start developing a passion for the game. And then it makes everything else kind of come easy. You can do clicks on a budget. You absolutely can do clicks on a budget, especially if you're local. You can come to the spot and get singles. But you can do clicks on a budget. I mean, Heroclix is really, on the secondary market, is really easy to get into if you want to build some basic teams. Mm-hmm. Figures are as low as 50 cents. 70 cents, $1.
Well, and what happens here, I'm assuming happens in a lot of stores too, where, and I see this happen with Magic and WoW and Pokemon and everything, where people have tons of extras.
Yep.
And for new players, I've seen people of every game type just be able to walk in and be like, look, here's everyone, give this guy 2 pieces and let's build him something and get him started. And then you just learn from there. I mean, I see it happen all the time.
And speaking from a store owner experience, we have people come in all the time, now new players, and they think that, they're going to break the bank, and they give us $20, and for that I can set them up with 3 teams, with relative all their favorite characters for about $20 entry fee. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. That's fucking incredible,
right? Dude, so if you have a local place that sells singles, all the better for you, because it's better than eBay because you're not paying shipping, right? If you can find a place, you can get in on a budget. Be prepared that if you want to compete on an elite level, then it's going to get a little bit of pricey.
As is always the case.
Right.
So.
And as far as set, I wouldn't say there's a quintessential set to start with. I would suggest any of the Fast Forces packs as great starting points because you get a map, you get dice, you get a game card, and you get really well-built figures from the last bunch.
And they also, what I like about it, and I don't really necessarily use it, but I do look at it from time to time, is they give you preset teams from the Fast Forces. So it gives you an idea of how you can play them out, which is pretty cool.
Because you can play that team straight out of the box.
And also, also with the Fast Forces, you often get, as of late, multi-dial. So you can play them at like 150 points or 300 points or 50 points, 125. Yeah.
And just keep playing a lot. The more you can get in the beginning, casual games, friendly games, the better the more confidence you'll build. Don't worry about coming in and winning a tournament. The tournament scene, depending on where you're located, the tournament scene can be pretty daunting.
Yeah.
Just stick to it. It's like anything else you like. If you're really passionate about it, stick to it. You'll get better. I promise. I've seen some. I used to be a terrible player too. Still kind of.
No, that's not true. He was never too bad. The best advice that I can give for a fledgling Heroclix player is that, like Kris said, you gotta just. I mean, frankly, you gotta lose. You gotta lose for a couple games at the beginning to really learn the ropes. My number one advice, in addition, would just be to if you have one spot to go to, no question, you have no choice. If you have 2 spots to go to, I would 8 days a week go to the place that is nicer to newbies, just because not necessarily nicer to newbies, but like more accommodating to newbies, just because you'll have a better experience.
Well, if you have someone that's just going to like dominate and not teach anyone, like you're not building the scene at all. You're limiting it. So you want to go to some place where they're welcoming the new people. Otherwise, you're playing as assholes. And I think the thing that people mistake, even though I haven't played Heroclix in a long time, this goes with any game. Winning is, despite what people say, winning actually is not the whole thing. Having fun is the whole thing. If you never win, okay, I mean that'd get depressing, but you're not going to start day one and be the best player in the game. Like you have to build up for it, and if you're really into it, you just have to keep playing. And if you are having fun, you will start doing better and winning. And you have to take some time and effort. I mean, every game, regardless of what it is, takes time and effort if you want to actually do anything with it. So,
and hey, Don, once you've played, maybe 3 to 4 months of the game, and you got into it, and everyone gets a different play style. I think that's important to know, because your play style, some people are ranged fighters, some people like melee, like coming in close. I think the big thing is, for me personally, and from players that I've seen that are successful, how they play, you need to have a TK guy on your team. You need to have someone that can perplex, someone that can outwit, and maybe indomitable. At least one, or willpower.
Use this guy.
No. Because willpower gives you more than one action. You don't have to clear on the second turn. TK brings you in close. It gives you more map control. Outwit allows you to take away someone's power or counter power if they're not, power cosmic or quintessence. And then perplex, you can increase your defense, any combat value by 1. So those are 4 pretty guidelines. I think there's other.
There's the constipate power, right?
Constipate power, what does that mean?
You can constipate somebody.
I mean, I think honestly, you just need to come and play instead of being a little pussy and
I've played.
Hanging out on Fridays and not coming into this shop that you call your home.
So the other thing is, you got to know about Clix, which makes it a fantastic game. There's a prize in every event for fellowship. A lot of venues give it out to new players and give it out to the best sportsmen. Not everybody, that's how a lot of venues handle it. And I can't think of many collectible games I've played where there's a prize given out for being a good person or being new. Seriously. And that's, you're coming in and you want that, figure. You're 3-4 months in, you're not winning tournaments yet. Probably still most places you're going to have a shot at those tournaments, prizes. And I think for new players, from what I've gathered from new players, that's pretty exciting that they can get a prize even though they went 1-4. So Clix is a really good game. It's fun. It's been around 10 years. Only game where you can play Superman versus Captain America or something like that. So, by all means, feel free to, contact anybody that was just talking and we'll help you out.
Where's Don from? Does it show it on his little tag or any location?
Don is Indiana.
Hey, Don.
Oh.
March 8th, we're going to have a fantastic event. It's going to be our year-end, 1-year anniversary event. Come down, buy a ticket to San Francisco or Santa Clara, San Jose. Hey, you know what? If you fly to San Jose, I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up in San Jose because I live like 5 minutes away from the airport.
I'll carpool with you.
Yeah, Bryce.
I will.
Bryce and Omar will pick you up, and you'll come to our event, and you can experience a fucking incredible event. We're gonna have like $600 worth of prize support.
Isn't Gen Con in Indiana? Yeah.
I think this guy probably knows what. Yeah. I think this guy knows about HeroClix. He's just being a cool guy.
If you go to Gen Con, you'll find plenty of people playing HeroClix. I'm sure they have a huge thing there.
Well, a lot of the. He should be fine if he finds a location that actually has, gaming or comic books. Because just going cross country and going to a lot of shops don't necessarily deal with comic books. They deal more in the gaming side of it. So there's probably plenty of places around that you can find.
Midwest is a good spot. If you ever get to Chicago, tons of places in Chicago to play. I know Dice Dojo is one of them. Good spot. Know the owners. Pretty cool people. Good for newbies. So remember, everybody was once a newbie too.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the thing.
All right. Good questions this week. Too bad Charlie had to take off so early. We're going to go wrap up. Thank you very much for coming out. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having
me. BFU in the house.
Pimp your store and everything.
So one more time, Heroes and Dice on 4588 Peralta Boulevard in Fremont. We sell singles and HeroClix. We got tens of thousands singles in backstock. So
you guys doing online sales too? Or?
No online sales, just in brick and mortar.
Okay.
We'll have something on the Realms in a little bit. And the website obviously is heroesanddice@gmail.com.
Okay.
If you really want to place a big order, you can call the store. We'll ship across country.
Sure.
But
I'd say Don, hit this guy up. You can get some figures.
we'll hook it up. We'll hook it up, baby. We'll give you a new guy discount.
Mention the podcast, get a free figure.
Yeah, that's right. If you mention the Conspiracy Podcast, we will toss in a free Ellie or Marquee figure for you.
Damn.
Shit.
Or
good stuff.
Some of the figure.
So write Ellie on it. All right. We all have random stuff. We have all these podcasts you should go listen to. We are the Comic Conspiracy. So don't listen to us because you already are. You can listen to the Geek Box. You can listen to Good Job Brain. You can listen to the Comedy Button. You can listen to the All Talk Geekbox Community Forums podcast. That's up. You can find that All Talk. The All Talk guys are doing a trophy contest for PlayStation 3. So if you got a PS3 last year, they did a achievement contest for 360. This year they're doing a PS3 trophy contest or achievement contest.
I'd be at the bottom.
Now they're doing trust me.
Hey,
everyone's.
Brock, we don't always mind being at the bottom.
I think everyone's getting prizes for the most part.
Oh yeah.
Most people entering will get some sort of prize. I can tell you it's going to be a good prize, but as all sorts of community prizes being thrown in.
Being in the bottom.
So if you got a PS3, jump on there, forums.geekbox.net, and go in the game forum and go find that. You can find all the other stuff in the forums, forums.geekbox.net. You can also go to comicsconspiracy.biz. That's where our site is. You can go get some stuff on there, some digital comics, some Phantom variants, all sorts of cool stuff. Phantom variants coming back strong for 2013. Got some new stuff coming up. So hopefully some good books there. Brock's got his blog, conspiratobrock.com. Omar's got his website, comicsandakine.com.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, .com. What?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if you're on HC Realms, hit me up for some trades. Comics and a Kind is the handle. What?
Yeah. I'm Marshall, one of our employees here. He's on there all the time. Pillow. You can go say hey to him. Maybe tell him you listen to the podcast. And
it's like pill off more. Like it's not really pillow.
Tell him you listen to the podcast, and he'll be like, "I hate you because podcasts are terrible."
I love Marshall, Fire Marshall. He's the best.
Yeah, Charlie. You can go listen to Charlie's podcast, which is the Infinite Long Box. God, what else do we do?
We're all on Twitter.
We're all on Twitter. Brock Sager is Brock Sager. Bryce Larsen is Larsen Bryce. Omar is Comics and Dakine. Toby's Toby XI. He'll be back hopefully in a week or two. Charlie's Insanity and Chaos. You do the Twitter thing?
Twitter at KRONE, baby. Crone.
All right.
What's the history of that? What's the etymology of the name?
The etymology of the name? First name Christopher, last name Faraone. Cut it all up. And
Crone.
Is Christopher with a K?
It's Christopher with a K.
Yeah. Motherfucking mind blown.
I'm Ryan Higgins. Ryan. That goddamn Ryan Higgins out there on Twitter still taking my name. I'll get that one of these days. Is this the drunk Ryan
Higgins?
I don't think so. I'll have to get that guy one of these days.
Dude, I'm going to so root for you one day. You're going to love it.
Omar and Bryce took all of his alcohol for tonight.
Yeah. What?
I
think we're done. I think that's everything.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're done.
We're good.
All right. We'll catch everyone next week.
Peace in your hood.